Adeleye be like pastor. Ayo Adeleye, your hands are up.
Okay, him na pastor for FMF, but when you come to America, he can't change.
No, let's see now, because we have Abdullah here. Make we do the old-fashioned way. Have two people open it for us. Ayo, are you there?
Okay, I'm not a pastor. I'm here, but
But what?
No, I'm here, but I'm not a pastor, sir.
I didn't ask for a pastor.
Oh, okay.
But if we say you should open it with a prayer for us, you will know how to do that now. And
yes, I can.
Abdullah, I won't take you by surprise. I'm sure you'll be able to follow up with a prayer too.
No problem, sir.
Okay. Not in any form. Ayo, please open up for us.
Okay, let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are thankful for today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be able to gather together as brothers and to be able to set the agenda and swear in the next group of excos. We ask that you give them strength and you give them wisdom as they lead our body. And bless this time that we have together. In Christ's name, amen.
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 Abdullah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. As we proceed, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the gathering and to guide the incoming expo, bless the efforts of the outgoing expo, and to guide our efforts to continue to move our group forward. And I end.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we're all gathered here today for the swearing in of a new ESCO. And we all know what it is. This is about the third time we are going through this. I've been privileged along with Kay and Goldmay and Boma to have done this 3 times. And we're seeing improvement. We're seeing areas to address, but we thank God we're making incremental steps. The whole idea is always to lay down processes that the younger ones can follow up with and continue to better our associations. On behalf of the Electoral Committee, we thank you all for giving us this opportunity to serve. Service comes in different ways, either as an executive or by any other functions assigned to you. So I'd like to welcome all those who are on board here. Our very seniors will always welcome you first, and we're privileged to have the first overall here present. Oga Segun Ogunyeye, we thank you for joining in. Still in UK, I guess. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Oga Goss, Oga Majek. I hope I'm not missing out any other 80 set to serve job for this my old age. It will be very difficult to. Thank you all for coming. We can see caller overall number 3. Rosie, finally, we see you. With me today, as always, any day I know day, Oga K will always back up. Any day, no day, I'll back him up. So with me today to run this as smoothly as we can is our ever faithful, I don't know what other words you can use to describe an ex-jam who is 2x jam. You know, there are ex-jams that are 2x jams. So Oga K will be running this with me. He will speak most of the time. And I'm not saying talk past my talk, but we'll run it together. And I usually do not have the permission to introduce our sisters. That is in his own portfolio. So Oga K, anytime you see any of our sisters on board, please do the needful. So our conversation continues today, why we serve. Why do people come out and occupy offices? Why do we always need people to occupy offices? And the simple answer is always to harmonize our organization, our union, and seek for better ways to always grow us. That is always the simple reason why we serve. But belonging to the ESCO, is that the only way we can serve? We found out that the answer is no. I will call upon people from time to time to add flavor to that. Why do we serve and why should we serve? It's what we've been discussing from the manifesto up to this very day. And so I'll open up the mic for Oga K to continue from here.
All right. Thank you very much, Oga Ejike. Always a pleasure. The thing they complete if you know they. You can refer to me as the guy where they always carry extra matter for your head. But in April, right? For those who do not understand why I they carry extra matter for my head, if you had been in Jos with me, April 27th, you would have seen why it is important, or the benefit of carrying extra matter for your head. Because all the people who followed me to go and prostrate to collect wife, when I turned around, it was all ex-jam. Even my own family members had very good reasons why they could not go all the way to Jos, but all the people that were there prostrating, like, give us this wife, were ex-jam. So it is always a joy. And thank you for that support. I will want to recognize, is she still here? This is the first time she probably is getting this introduction. The president of the North American Ex-Jaw Association, in person of Nacha Hedima. Nacha, you're welcome. I feel really good introducing like that. You're muted, just in case. For those who don't know Nacha has always been like our permanent Assistant Secretary General. She has brought more ex-jam into the North American group than even a lot of other ex-jam. So Nacha, we are both glad to have you in that capacity, but also in this new capacity as the ex-jam president. By the way, just let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened within our group. When it was posted that you were the new president, one of the comments there, which you people never see, is that, wow, I have some hope, right? So you being in office is having that feeling of when Obama was voted in. Oh my goodness, did I just say that? All right, let's not deviate into that, but that's the hope it brings. So welcome, and we're glad to have you. All right, so thank you. And I'm going to call on you to speak, so make sure you get your mic working. Now you have to speak. You can't just come in and go out like you did do before. But just before that, I want to ask some people questions, some people that we did not have the privilege to meet earlier on, like Rosie. I kept saying that, Rosie, you're welcome. So glad to see you in person. See, the photo I had of you, you don't get bear, but apparently in real life you do. The bearded gang. So yeah, the first person I'm actually going to ask a question, because I also want to get to meet you, since you were unavoidably absent when we were doing the manifesto. So Rosie, you accepted to do this. Thank you, first of all. Thank you for doing it, because we know that anyone who accepts to serve, basically, it's a lot of work. So it's thank you we say, we don't really say congratulations. So thank you for accepting. And then I will actually want to now hear you. Why did you accept this, right? Why did you accept to serve?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Cyril and I had a discussion prior, and he actually gave me the confidence to throw in my hat in terms of service. I know I've not been particularly active in the group for a while, and that's largely because I barely just settled in the North America group. In North America as a whole. So I would say it's an opportunity to ease myself into the association, and what better way to do that than to serve?
All right, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And so Cyril, I know Cyril's at work, so Cyril cannot talk, but Cyril is also on camera right there. So Cyril, thank you for saying whatever you said to Rosie that made him actually decide that he's going to serve. Yeah. And we know that you will back him fully. Oh, are you able to? You are able
yes,
to.
sir.
Okay, go on, please.
And one other thing, Rosie, I also have a background in finance from back home. So I think what better person again to manage our money than someone that have a background in finance? Rosie used to be, I think if he still is, one of the managers for Affinity Bank in Nigeria. So we go way back from 94 said right from FMS up until to this very day. So that's why when I told him about it, I told him you can always ask questions. There's no, even myself when I took upon the road to serve, I always have backing from Ogai Kirete. I always call him and ask questions. Finance is not my team, but at the end of the day, you learn as you go along. So, but I'm glad he actually decided to take on that role, and I believe he will do better on that role as well.
Thank you very much for that. And Rosie, the answer, the reality is the most difficult part of all this is just saying I'm willing. That's about it. Every other thing, if you need help to whatever level, there's a lot of people that are there available to guide you. Ekirite is one person always there. Has played the role before, but he's also a professional in that. He's a CFO. So we also have Tokumbo Falai, who is also a CFO, right? So all these people can give you the proper guidance so that you do an amazing job, right? So welcome. All right, and good to see you. Then another person, I'm trying to pick on people that I've not heard actually at all, and then people I've not heard from in a long time. But okay, JK, do you have any other thing before I pick on the next person?
Yeah, Buchi Akunyoli is here. So
oh yes, Buchi from Canada. He's also getting sworn in today. He was unavoidably absent for the manifesto night. So Buchi, introduce yourself and then let's hear your answer to why we serve, or why did you personally decide that you are going to serve? Were you voluntold or did you volunteer?
Has it disappeared?
No, I just had to figure out how to unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, sirs, and I remain loyal to the house and to the government of the day. Yes, I've not been very active in the group, and to your point in terms of why I accepted the clarion call to serve is due to Ogai. Ogai has been very passionate and influential in terms of the success of XJAM Canada. So whenever he comes calling, like, who born you to Spark? So I had no choice than to say yes, sir. So anyways, that aside is that the past couple of years, like the past three and a half years, I've been in school, like studying, like doing my MBA. So it came to be that the whole swearing in and the election, I think all the stars aligned, whereby for the past 2 months ago, I've been thinking, oh, I'm wrapping up my MBA in August. What am I going to do with all the spare time that I used to put into research, into studying, into stuff? So I need to find something else to do, right? So when Ogejike told me, I'm like, okay, it's perfect timing. Like I do have the time now. Most times I've not been very active in the North American group because multiple priorities, life gets in the way and stuff like that. So I told Ogejike, I think it's meant to be, because you called and I'm wrapping up my education. So I do have like the capacity and the bandwidth and the time to actually dedicate to the exam community. So yeah, so that's why I presented and I accepted the offer. I think every member of the exam community is always passionate to try to give back to the alumni, to the school, because they shaped us in who we are today, right? So that's pretty much it in my own little capacity.
Right. Thank you for that answer. Okay, GK.
No, only me know if he speak for now. Oh, wow. Anyway, there is God. And like Oga K said, we actually sometimes seek out people to serve. It's usually not a random call. And if you are sought after like that, it's because we also see capacity in you. Not only do we ask you to come and occupy office, there's always a backing up. And so if you find anything difficult to do, there will always be someone you can reach out to. Will always be available to support in whatever way I can. So it's not the kind of ESCO where we just push you guys all out there and then go to sleep. We'll still back you guys up one way or the other. So our conversation continues today while we serve, and having the first overall. Oga Segun, I'm sorry I did not pre-inform you, but can you share with us why you would encourage people to serve in any capacity in any of the ex-JAM associations?
Wow. Is this a trick question? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
yes,
I was asking whether this is a trick question.
No, sir, just very straightforward. Why would you? Yeah.
Well, number one, to whom much is given, much is expected. And every one of us that has gone through Air Force Military School has been given much. Secondly, doing something for the community is actually a reward in itself. You know, there's that satisfaction that comes when you find out that you have helped somebody, when you find out that you have been part of somebody's progress, when you find out that you are actually contributing to the welfare of humanity. And when we say humanity, humanity begins with those people who are closest to you. That's why they say charity begins at home. So because if you cannot do acts of charity for those people who are close to you, how are you going to even be able to do it for people who are far away? So in a nutshell, it also enhances our growth as human beings. You know, somebody says when you share happiness with other people, that happiness is doubled. And when you shoulder the challenges that other people are going through, the challenges are reduced. I can go on and on, but there is a special bond, like Kayode said, when he went for his wedding. I wish I could be there myself too. You know, just seeing that you have support is encouraging, and it's kind of a weapon that you can use to face the challenging times that we face today. So let me just stop there.
Okay, sorry. If you are called upon and that's the speech you deliver, in fact, they wait for the time when you get time to prepare. Well done, sir. Thank you.
Those are the people you read about in the library.
Yeah, so they don't need preparation. So part of our activities today will be the disbandment of the former ESCO. And because I know time is of essence, and we happen to have the president still on the bridge, we'll call him up to speak with us, tell us about whatever happened or is going to happen or whatever happened, why they served. Not really how they served, because we're a testimony to how they served. And then after that, sir, you have permission to disband your ESCO. Oga Beams, please fall in.
Thank you, sir. And good afternoon, good evening, sirs. I appreciate everybody taking the time, as always. It's been a pleasure and privilege to serve. I think our guy overall one said it all and said it well. That, I mean, to whom much is given, much is expected. We all have a duty to this school in some form or the other. We may not see it that way. I consider us the privileged few. And I often remind our set members specifically, because I think within our sets, we can talk more candidly, that we are the best the country has to offer. We really are. We often don't think of ourselves as such, but we are the best that Nigeria has to offer. And when we all point to the problems of Nigeria and talk about it, which we all like to do, we should remember that look, if we the best can't prefer solutions, then maybe there isn't much else. But yes, it's been a pleasure. It's been a privilege to serve in this capacity, along with a number of my colleagues, some on this call. I mean, I see Jide on the call, and a number of others. It's been a privilege, and we're really excited about the new group coming in, the new excos coming in. I think the organization has greater days ahead, and I think even the number of people who have shown up today is a testament to that. Just in parting, at least from my end, I do want to say a big thank you to Oga Ejike, Oga Bowman, Oga Kayode, the election committee, for again running an exceptional process. Again, it's something we take a lot of pride in. You guys just step up, you take control, and you do this like it's clockwork. We're very appreciative and we're very proud. And then even folk like Oga Goldmay, who's just always there, always ready, always in the background. And I think, again, Oga Ejike said this at the beginning. We don't have to be an exco to serve. You don't have to be an exco to give. But there are people who just give, and they not only give, it's not like, it's like someone giving you that small piece of thing they do grudgingly. They do it with excellence, with a smile, with vigor. And again, it's just an example to us all. So I am personally excited for President-elect Tunde and his team coming in. We're here to offer any support, and I think the goal is that the new team achieve even greater heights than anyone before. So thanks again, everybody, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Kay, over to you to do the...
Thank you very much for that. We're so glad that this we can basically have the elections. We had a smooth election, and we're also now having a smooth handover, and nobody's heading to court. So that is just super amazing. If only the rest of our society where we originated from can follow our footsteps, things will be a lot better. I want to call upon our overall number 3. I saw his come on. He doesn't usually show his face all the time, but overall number 3, in person of Oga Kola Rashid.
Hello,
Why
sir.
do we serve?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
That is the money voice.
Good evening, sir. Honestly, I think it's a privilege to hear Oga Shegun speak. I've read text from Oga Gus, Oga Ejike, Oga Beam. There's so many people here that I just keep calling their names. Goldmay, and you were looking for a word the other time, Oga Ejike, for Kayode, and it just came to my head. I should say indefatigable. You
somebody will find the right word. That is very apt.
And sorry, I'll just bore you people a bit, because Oga Shegun with Oga Ejike and the rest of you guys, I think you've captured everything. And in order not to repeat it, I'll just take a slightly different approach. And I'll tell you a story. It's going to be short, but we can fill in the blank. You see, in his classic tale, Don Quixote, Miguel de Cervantes is a 16th century Spanish writer. It tells of a story of a lamp lighter in a very small village in Madrid. So what happens is each evening before dusk, This guy will venture out into the city with his supply. Meticulously, we approach each lamp, each post. He will bring out the wick, clean it, starting with the first, increasing precision from post to post to post. And what this tells is you could tell by where he is by the number of lamps he has lit. The whole village will be lit. Now, he was the only one just doing the lighting of the lamp. Some of us will be the lamp lighter. Some will be the ones cleaning the wick. Some of us will hold the ladder. Others will just be clapping their hands. What I'm getting at is, we all have a role. It doesn't have to be through executive. It doesn't have to be serving. And again, I think we've all alluded to this. It's for us to find the spot where we can help, where we can serve, not necessarily where we can compete. We cannot take it away. And when I use indefatigable, each time I see Kayode roll out with all these ideas and all those things, that's the uniqueness in him. And we're blessed to have him. So each of us, we need to reach out to how can we serve in different capacity. And this is what constitutes a community. It's not for everybody to shout. It's not for everybody to keep quiet. So we need to dig deep and keep being the light in people's lives. Again, I don't want to bore you, but that's the summary, I think, why we need to serve. Not necessarily because we are shining, we have the lamp, we don't need anything. But what of the others? Yeah. So let's give it some thought and let's just find it within us to just say that we may just be the smile that will ignite another smile in somebody's life. And like I used to say, time tells time with time. Let this be, the foundation. Let this be what we're known for, so that with time, we're actually telling time about who we are. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much overall. A small idea just came into my head when you said some people will hold the ladder. I just imagine me holding ladder that 80 set is on top. I'm just wondering whether I would leave that ladder but let's continue. Let's just know that some will hold the ladder, some will light the lamp, some will clean it, and some of us will shine other people's boots for them to shine. The thing is that there's always service. If you fish it out, find your passion, find something you like to do, and you just do it. I grew up being called a talkative. I served job for school because of talking too much. And I know that sometimes I'm at an occasion and if they give me the mic, some people just say, oh, we're not closing today. We're not closing today. So I started withdrawing a little bit, trying not to talk too much. But again, I couldn't help it that I always like to talk. And sometime a few years back, I was going into some kind of depression. When abroad starts happening to you, you start wondering whether you should come to this abroad. And I used to only find solace in talking to Kayode. Let me not say, I wanted to say somebody, but what was the point hiding? It used to be Kayode. I would just call him and I'm talking and, talking about different things, the past, this. And he gave me so much comfort because he used to listen to me. And without sounding very queer, when I don't get his phone call or I can't reach him, I get very, very uncomfortable. I'm sending him texts like, where are you? Like he owed me anything to listen to me. Where are you? Oh, I'll call you back by 5. By 4:50, I'm waiting for him like this. And sometimes 5:10, he just calls me and I start rattling and rattling and rattling. And then one day he just said to me, all these things you talk about, have you thought about writing them? I said, writing. I said, I don't like to write. I used to write. He said, no, these your stories, write them. In a nutshell, that's actually how the scribbler started. He made me put those things into writing. And whether they were good or bad, I would see him, he'll give me thumbs up on Facebook, give me thumbs up on Instagram. And that was the genesis. And for me, I remain grateful to him because that was the service he gave to me at the point in time when things were like, I don't even know. Maybe I can find Nigeria Airways for this Canada, go back to my place. So back to why we serve. Kola, that's your story. You find me that book. I want to read it. It sounds like a very interesting story. And the elders amongst us to always have something to say. Oga Ghost, there's no how I will not call you up. Buchi, I can see your hand. Is that Buchi or Gwenu? Someone's hands are up. But Oga Ghost, I will always call you back. We have our oath officer on board, and so we'll be steering ourselves towards the swearing in very soon. Oga Ghost, over to you.
HJ, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. It's always a joy, from the very inception of this our young organization, the work that has been put into place by people like Kay, and now many of us that have come on board. It's just good to see how the organization is growing, and how we have a slate of events. First of all, I want to commend very much the work that BIM and his executive team did. They did a fabulous job over the last the last term that they have, in putting together, events in Canada, that you, AGK, and your group was able to put together, and now the one that we just had here in Baltimore. I think that the role of, what leadership, for one thing, what AFMS taught us was leadership, how to be leaders. And one thing we learned about leadership at AFMS is something that Kola has also alluded to, in addition to, Oga Ogunye, as also talked about, and that is that those of us that are members of this organization have just as much a role to play in helping our chosen leaders. We must be there for them. We must help them to be successful, because this organization is ours. Their success is our success. And we must volunteer our time, and our resources. I will use the opportunity to remind everyone that, the organization does not, needs funding, to continue to, for us to be able to provide for the annual events that we have. I would encourage us to continue to make the donations that we need to continue to make. So as the new expo comes on, you guys already have the footprints everywhere. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. Please do not be bashful. Reach out to us. We're here to help. And thank you so much for agreeing to serve. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I want to call on, so we have since I was told I should introduce all ex-JAW when they come in. So I introduced earlier on the president of the North American ex-JAW, and also I can see present now is the vice chairperson international for the ex-JAW worldwide. I don't know if I got that right. That would be Mina Dennis. So Mina, you're also welcome. We're glad that you are here. And so I want to call on the President Nacha first, to basically just tell us, why do you serve? But two questions. Why did you choose to serve your own group? But number two, why do you put so much effort into building even the ex-JAM community? Over to you, Nacha. You're muted if you are talking, Nacha.
She was in her car. I hope she's not driving.
Okay. All right. So in that case, I will push the question over to Mina. Mina, are you there?
Okay. Hello, guys.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, hello, you're welcome.
Okay, sorry. What? Sorry. What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question was, I'm sure probably you were like, your heart started beating fast or something. The question was, the simple question actually, why did you choose to serve, for example, your own association? Let's just keep it that simple. Why did you choose to serve? The theme is why we serve. So why did you choose to serve?
Okay. So good day everyone, and thank you for this invite. And my main purpose of serving, I'm just going to try to summarize it. It's one, I would like to give back to our alumni network. And also, I also believe that there's a lot of positive impacts that we can make when we come together. So I would like to contribute to that. And I would like to see our alumni grow and be successful. And that's both schools actually. And so that is my main reason of serving, just pretty much giving back. You put me on the spot, okay, but I'm just trying to wing it as I go.
No,
But
that's good. We don't need
that's
a prepared speech, but that's fine. Thank you. Finish
okay.
up. Finish up. Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much just to give back and to contribute and bring everyone together and create unity. So that's it.
All right. Thank you very
Okay.
much for that.
Yeah.
Yes,
But we can see a few hands raised. We'll get around to you, Parry. I can see you, and I saw one other person. From here, I can see that Nacha is unmuted, so she's probably ready to talk. After that, after Nacha, please can we have the oath officer come in? So Nacha, if I'm right, you are muted. I'm sure you heard Kay's question. If not, Kay, ask again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but we can't see you, but it's okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone, once again. Oreke, can you ask the question again?
So the question actually is just why did you choose to serve? First of all, why did you serve your own community? But number two is because you've also been very, very effective in helping us build our own community. That's the XJAM community. Why do you do that, right? Why? Just what's going on in your mind when you always decide, hey, you know what? There's a reunion happening. I'm going to call 2-3 people that I know and bring them along.
So basically, I believe if there's one thing all of us have in common is the pride to belong to the XJAM, XJAW family. And we all know that if there's anything you have dear to heart, you put in everything you have to see it grow, to see it succeed. So for me, that's just where it's coming from. And the choice to take on the appointments now, I mean, it's just about time. I just feel it's my time to give back to the XJAW community. I've enjoyed being a part of it ever since I became one. So I mean, it's just that simple. And I like to have fun. So why not tag people along?
As simple as that. And that's a very good answer. Thank you very much for that. And thank you. And I think I saw our swearing in officer. Kena, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, again. Thank you, everyone. Sorry I joined this meeting late. I'm very, very glad to be here. It seems I've been away for a long time, but I promise I've been taking a look at people's comments on the forum and following as much as I can things going on. Like the speakers before me have mentioned, it's a source of great pride to be a member of this association. When we think back to our past and think about the different institutions and places that shaped our lives, I think I can confidently say that for all of us, AFMS, AFJMS played a significant role. We can look back and tell so many stories to people about those times, inspiration and molding. that we all went through in all of that time. So again, in great order, we are here to signal the end of one very great executive committee, and we are taking on new leadership to continue the mission of the association. So welcome everyone. To keep my portion short, it's now time for the oath of office. I have just sent over now in the chat, if you don't mind, the oath. I will ask the newly elected executive committee members to repeat after me. There will be one space, if you like, for you to mention your name. And I would ask at that time, please mention your individual names. If you follow in the chat what I've just sent, there will be pauses to allow you guys to recite after me, please. And there will be one more space where we ask for you to please mention your individual titles for the new offices you'll be serving in. Thank you all very much for stepping forward to take on this mantle of leadership and stewardship. It's difficult in spite of our busy schedules and everything that we have on our lists. It says so much to us that you have made time to commit to this endeavor, and we thank you all for it. I'm going to, without any further delay, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. So this is now, and I ask everyone again, please, to take a look at the chat where I've sent the oath. I would ask you to please repeat after me, substituting your name, mentioned when we have that space, and also your title, the office to which you've been elected right now. And so I ask each of you to, we're going to begin now. I
Joseph Harrison,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of
Environmental Secretary,
Assistant Secretary General
in the Executive Committee of the North America Ex-Jam Association,
in the Executive Committee
of the
North American
Ex-Jam
Association.
I will serve our great association to the best of my ability.
I will serve our
association
to the best of my ability,
working diligently and with integrity.
Working diligently and with integrity.
To achieve the goals of the association.
To achieve
the goals of the association.
And uplift its members.
And uplift
its members.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the association.
I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the association.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge all the duties of my office.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge all the duties of my office.
As a member of this committee.
As a member
of this committee.
So help me God.
So help
me God.
Thank you all very much and welcome to your new role. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kenna Audu. Thank you. And we always appreciate your taking up the responsibility to do this. I know I called you up at short notice. I appreciate the fact that you're busy. I'm aware that you can spark if you want to spark, but you didn't spark. But so thanks for doing this, and we welcome all the new executives on board. And so at this point in time, I want to actually especially appreciate two people. Harris, or more, there are more, I mean, but Benu and Jide Dada have served before and have decided to serve again or continue to serve. We know that this is out of your passion for the associations. We don't take this for granted. We are not filling you in there into an empty space because we couldn't find anybody. you stepped up, and we appreciate that you have done so, and we are always here to work with you when you need us. Okay.
Yes, I think we should, since we now have a new president, we should invite the president to give a speech. President Tunde Shoboijo.
Okay, this feels like a setup. All right. So firstly, let me start by saying a huge thank you to the organization. I am truly honored and privileged to be in the presence of the very first overall, all the way to overall 3, and goodness knows how many other overalls and orgas are on this forum or this platform that I can't even begin to say how honored and privileged I am to be in this position. So thank you, sirs. It is truly something that I feel passionate about. I was part of Oga Dixon's EXCO committee. I was also part of Oga Kayade's executive committee, and I've seen how some of this can be done. And I'm really passionate about continuing in the way that the organization has progressed, and continue to see where we can have opportunity to grow and be part of that growth. For me, what drives me is, when I think about it, about 37 sets have come out of AFMS till today. And I moved to the US about maybe 8 years ago. Before that, I lived in the UK for about 21 years. And when I think through all of that, what I realized is that there's a new generation that's just finished in AFMS. There's a new generation that finished AFMS maybe 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. We're all in the US. We're all trying to find our feet. We're all trying to understand what it's about. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have 80 set, 81 set, 82 set, all the way to 85, 90 set. And they've lived here. They've got a lot of experience. They've got a lot of know-how. My way of looking at it going forward, if I'm able to... Sorry, I don't know. We know if you were saying something. Anyhow, I'll continue by saying that my way of looking at it is to encourage the older sets to really take this opportunity to mentor and partner with the younger sets coming through. I hope that we're able to impart the knowledge of how to live successfully in North America with these younger sets that are coming through, share with them our experience, share with them what we know, share with them the paths that they need to follow, share with them what they need to be aware of and how to live successfully in America, in Canada, and in any other place you find yourself in North America. So we will try and push that as a message. We will try and make sure that anybody who wants to be part of our organization becomes part of our organization. I'm truly honored. I know that I can go on and on and on. I want to use this opportunity to also thank some older brothers of mine who are actually on here, who were integral in the time I've spent here in North America XJAM Association. Have been there for me, guided me, mentored me, showed me the way. Without them, I don't think even any of this would have even been possible, and I would even be having this conversation. So thank you to Ogagbenu Ajose Harrison. Thank you for your love, for always being there, looking after for me. Oga Franklin Olani, thank you for your love, for your support. Oga Kaide Atobatele, Oga Dixon and Du. You've all been there in your own ways. Gajide Dada, you were there for me at a time that I didn't even expect it. So I can continue on and on and on. All I want to just say is thank you all for being a part of my journey. I hope that this time over the next 2 years, we're able to impact the house as a whole and bring in a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill, a lot of expertise. Let's get to know one another. Let's get to truly know one another and see the opportunities we have within our group. I think that we have so much knowledge, so much expertise, within the Ex-Jam Association. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, IT people, people who are really, really who have a great understanding when it comes into real estate, people who are exceptional when it comes to markets. We should be impacting one another. And that's what I want to drive in this next 2 years. I want to really drive that awareness from all of us to be aware of the strengths that we have amongst ourselves, and let's share that knowledge. In all the time that I spent in the Western world, one of the things I realized is that you're only as strong as the community around you. Let this be our village, and that's what I really want to advocate for. So if allowed, that would be my goal, and I really hope that we will come together, work together, partner together, explore together, learn together. And I say thank you to everybody. Thank you to the executive committee for coming together and accepting in this position. It's a very strange one for me because almost everybody in the executive committee is my oga. So I will continue to come at it from that perspective humbly, and without any kind of, I'll continue to push, but at the same time, I'm looking to you all to push us as we move forward. So thank you all. God bless you. And I'm really grateful and honored. Thank you, sirs.
Thank you very much. Now the prefix comes before your name. Thank you very much, President Tunde Shoboijo. They call you Presido. And like I was saying to the recent ex-president, when we were in the conversation, I said, we are trained to take orders from the top, not according to set. So whoever is at the top is who we follow. It's not by set. Set is a privilege, but position is authority. That's what we were taught way back in military school. So if 2025 set comes out to be the president of this association, we owe him allegiance by support and other things. So, Presido, as you order us, we'll march forward. Thank you for accepting to do this. Congratulations to everybody. Barry, I haven't forgotten you. I know you have something to say, just like everybody. But coming in on the bridge is Tosin Ilesomi. I'm sure he was very busy. He just joined us, the former president of the Lagos chapter, another very passionate ex-jam, who, if you leave him to talk here, we know close to tomorrow. Thanks for coming on board, no matter how short. We appreciate you here. Barry, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Share with us your thoughts on why we should serve, why we serve, and all whatnot. How do you encourage people to do that?
Well, from my main advice, everybody already answered. He gave all the good points. So what the only point I wanted to buttress was that as an association, we still have some things that in the service that we are lobbying for ourselves. Because right now we're stuck to not even being able to go to the national as North America. So that was something I wanted to also relate to incoming the president is now as we have. Congratulations to all of them. So it was just some of the things that we spoke about even in the reunion that we were not, and right now our media team is the best media team. We've actually given 2 websites and a lot of things, but actually the National Association, and even some of it has to even actually go through Nigeria. So that's a very, very, very good thing for this association now. The fact that we cannot even vote in the national, that's just what I'm saying. It costs a lot of things. It's not just this chapter, but other chapters as well were affected. So I just believe that there's something that we can do, because for them to tell us that we are kind of illegitimate as a chapter, with all it didn't sound right. I don't know the kind of English that we speak on that, but that it sounded unfair. That less than 5% of the entire ex-jam population voted in the national, and we were ineligible to do that.
So, that's just what, those are the kind of concerns that we're talking about. And, for the junior sets, please, let us know you by name and by like experience as well. Like, the Oga, we already know that, but, we also, because I think that's the key. Because even before, I know Ifeanyi attended the Canadian reunion, and he called and asked some questions, and he also gave me another insight too. One of his questions was, how were you able, how does the organization, come together like that? Like how, who sponsors all of this? Is this coming out of one person's pocket, or that's gonna have to break down how our reunions work for me. So it's like they also have questions that they want to answer to on the basic level of how you're doing things. Organic, these are just some of the things. I'm not sure if you come to me with that question, and I know maybe that was the first time we were meeting, but they were trying to know like how you were able to bring up that form of happiness and things like that. So these are ideas too, because tomorrow he might be the one organizing another Canadian reunion. He was very inquisitive, that. So that's just the thing, So thank you very much. I know you've done a lot to reach out to us, but I just see myself as the Walla. So that's why I said I give you Walla from from Gasset. I did not know how to answer that question, but now it's related to, and but please, let them know you by name. I remember the first time that please called me from Canada. Like, no, I know I've introduced some people in 05 sets, and he still calls, even when he started. It was 05 sets that did a lot of things for me, not even my own set. So just let them just know by name. So they actually saw that as a wonderful job that the Canadian team, they were just a piece. Maybe it might be them tomorrow, but not tomorrow. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've heard you and we've taken notes, and there are always areas of improvement. Fumbi Olarewaju, you had your hands up before. I know it's down there now, but I know you had something to share. Can you come online? Fumbi.
Yes, here. I don't think I put my hand up, but
you did.
Oh, that was having a mistake.
Are you saying I'm lying now?
Organovex, so it was having a mistake, but I can say a few words. I'm glad to be here. I've been here for a while, but I'm just basically just settling into North America. And I would like to say I'm part of the group for some time, and I see the camaraderie that we have there. And I want to say it's a pleasure to be here, and I lead the new excos that are coming in to serve us and to do the best they can to keep to move the organization forward. I want to wish them all the best. Like you said and other people have said, is thank you. We say no congratulations, because it's a lot of work. It takes a lot to carry people along, to change things, to change an organization of different people, for the better. So it's a lot of hard work, and I commend all of you for taking the bull by the horn and committing yourselves to serve this organization. There's a lot of prospects for us as a group. I feel that personally, and those prospects cannot be achieved if we don't let go of some of our personal mindsets or some of the things that we believe can be a hindrance to us moving forward. And I know those things can only be achieved if we can open ourselves to trust, to committing ourselves to excellence, and caring about the next man, in different areas and in different spheres. We have a lot of potential in this group, especially in this country. And we can take advantage of it together as a body and support the ESCO to get us to that place. I think this group will go far beyond what we can think or imagine. And I want to say all the best, guys, all the best to everybody. And I hope by this time next year, when we come back again to talk on something on a similar thing, we'll be saying, these ESCOs have done a great job, and we have all helped them to get to where we all are. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Fumbi. I beg not encourage them. It's not next year. It's 2 years' time before next year now they'll be calling for elections. So it's not next year. Anyway, thank you very much and nice to hear from you. We have Ron Monya all the way from South Africa, unless you have relocated back to Nigeria. Monya. Hello, Ron. Okay.
Ron has run.
Okay, or maybe
I think it's tomorrow already in South Africa.
oh, really? Oh, yeah. Okay. Tosin, are you just going to come in here and not talk? It's not possible now.
Good evening, sir.
Uh-huh.
First and foremost, let me thank North America for doing a brilliant job. With their communication. They managed to get the rest of us interested in what they are doing. I want to congratulate the new president and his team. I hope the transition process was truly fair, because the Exam Association is a true reflection of Nigeria. And I want to encourage the new ESCO to say, please don't see yourself as managing the North American chapter alone. See yourself as the X-Jam brand, because you guys have already started positioning the brand from your end, and it reflects on all of us. I want to also encourage you to please do get involved with the activities of the national. The national reflects our complete outlook. And if they are not well positioned, we are all well not positioned. Don't say because ticket to North America is very far, there's no need to get involved with local politics. Please do get involved. And I hope that the North American chapter gets involved to the point where they begin to understand and participate in the national activities, so that they are not just far cousins, as it seems today. The likes of Oga Otobatele has been fighting that war of making sure that the North America is a part of the whole system. I congratulate you once again, and I thank the whole of you guys, because North America seems to be championing a true mixture of sets, because that's what that's what we're trying to encourage here, where capacity must not be in 80 sets. After all, most of the 80 sets don't have erection now anyway, but we can reflect on them and add value to each and every one of us. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. Any job you buy for yourself. Okay, let me just call on Monya. We know it's far away in South Africa with a follow-arm, but I'm sure it has some words of encouragement for the new ESCO and encourage all of us on how to continue being relevant in the association. Ron, over to you.
Greetings, gentlemen, seniors, colleagues. Like someone aptly said, we'll come on this platform. We should see ourselves as one and try and support each other's endeavors. And I'm very, very proud. In fact, I'm not in North America, and I'm here just to show you that I'm proud of the movement. Anywhere it's happening, I'm always trying to, show face, and support. Like what Oga Tosin hinted on, I just want to add just one or two things there. It's not enough to, it's good that we have these platforms in different sectors all over the world, but we should not limit our ideas and our support to the region, right? I remember when Oga Kayode's time was there, it was everywhere. Oga Kayode was, at some points, he was even more active than the national one in Nigeria. It was literally everywhere. If you just on social media, Oga Kayode he paid attention to everybody. You know, everybody knew him, even though he was just representing North America. And you could tell that anybody coming from there, do you know Oga Kayode? We know him now, and you know. So it's that kind of camaraderie, that kind of feeling of selflessness. You know, he didn't just say, I'm this senior, I don't want to mix or associate. And people could read, it was accessible. So I said that to say this. I know my brother that they just elected now, my able brother. He thinks I want to embarrass him. Doesn't know that I know he has good sides. You know, he's a gentleman. Is somebody I grew up with, right? And I won't lie to you. I haven't said this to him before. I'm always yapping him anytime we talk. It's somebody that I've learned over recent time to see great development in his relationship with people around him. Everybody talks about him. I'm the only one always talking negatively about him. But everybody you meet, everybody you meet will tell you great, wonderful things, the way he supports, the way he shows concern. But when he's talking to us, his mates, he's always like, I don't care, I don't want to know. You know, but this is not the experience every other person has. You know, everybody understands him as a very generous, approachable human being. So I'm happy that he's there. And this is not to say that the past people didn't do the same thing, but it's just that we are now discussing square pegs and square holes and all that. So I believe he's one of them. So my advice is that keep doing what you are doing. Sometimes this mission, you know, some people will abuse the privilege. Like when I say privilege, because you open your heart to them, they will disappoint you. Please don't let that discourage you. It happens everywhere. And when you are giving, don't expect everybody to come and cheer you and pat in the back that you've done well. It's a selfless service. So if you have that, you have to remove that mindset. You know, I'm not saying that that's what you're saying, but you have to remove that mindset in order for you to focus properly. Because if you allow people to weigh you down, you will just cut halfway and say, I'm done with this, to hell with all of these people, you know. It's not, see us as siblings. Siblings you can't reject because we are siblings. Do you understand? See, in as much as we can cut people off, we typically don't cut off our parents. We don't cut off our siblings like that. We always show unconditional love. Everybody has faults. You know, everybody is not perfect. We need deal with people according to how you see them. We are not equal. Some people are here, some people are there. You know, I'm talking about morality-wise, character-wise. Try and find a way, middle ground, to reach people, meet them halfway. Everybody cannot be the same. So in saying that, I want to also thank everybody that has made time to come and witness this swearing in ceremony. And the other ESCOs that have been elected or re-elected, I salute all of you, sir. Oga Shego, I see you. It's not that I didn't see you. I just wanted to address, you know, I'm paying homage. It's not like I didn't see you. Oga AJK and everybody, you've all been big brothers in the past. Please keep being big, just like what Parry said. Let's always try and reach out to the younger generation and try and mend bridges so that we all sync. We have one idea and one thought, and we move in one accord. So I think that's, let me not take up other people's time. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Can I go back to our forum? Go back. You're still here.
I didn't have you now. I promised I wasn't going to have you.
Okay, over to you, please.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that word of, you actually made me spill my coffee when you said everybody talks positive. I'm the only one who's always talking negative about him. So, all right, so thank you for that. Let's see, who else is here from outside? Let's give them an opportunity to address the floor. Ahmed Abdullahi, is that that's not from North America, right?
It's UK or Gaha now.
Oh, okay, UK, welcome. Oh, yeah, floor is yours.
Well, I know, just to say, yeah, it's good to hear some of my Ogas that I've not heard from a long time. Yeah. And yeah, keep the spirit going, really. The bond, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that.
No worries. Yeah.
We had ex-jam at the reunion. They were speaking Fune before the end of the reunion. They were singing them, Papa.
But perhaps you haven't heard about Ahmed Abdullahi.
Look, we had people where, in fact, one said, "No, my mother is African American." He was one. He was one singing the Mama and Papa the next morning when we're doing tea in the morning. So, we cure for them very. Yes, exactly. The doctor. And then when I finally told him that, look, I have this medical issue, he said, She, I was yabbing him that he was doing a SU, that now prayer, now he go cure the team with the one. All right. So thank you very much for, let's see, is there any other person who is out of, who is not in North America? We want to hear from you before we throw the floor open. Any other person not from North America? I saw a third ex-job, but she's not here anymore. So who else is not from North America that is here with us today? We want to recognize you, actually, is why. All right. I think that means we've recognized everybody. All right. In that case, yeah, that's it. Okay. I thought I saw Benu's hand up for a bit. Benu, are you still wanting to say something?
Oh, yeah, okay. I just want to say, I think I broke a record today on this forum. I have 3, I won't say junior boys, but junior boys that were in my room. 2 are now ESCOs. Tosi was Frank and I believe Bucci. So I think the Olympic was actually for me, and I'm proud to announce that.
So it means that it speaks highly of the quality of your whatever you did in your room. It means that you.
No. We are trying to end bad governance here. We are supposed to refund some Bonvita and some Capino. Let's not discuss that matter today, please.
That's your product right there. So it speaks highly of.
You know, for every 12, there's one Judas. That was the Judas in our room.
Does anyone have anything they want to say? Let me actually let the new EXCO speak. So I've called on the vice president, I've called on the president, the secretary, Abdullahi.
Okay, thank you very much. And to all of our guys and madams in the room, thank you very much. And very happy to have been nominated to serve. And I think going back to your original question about why, and I think many of your guys have said it very well. I think we've taken, well, Air Force has given us so much, and it's only a natural progression that you want to give back. I think for the North America chapter, for me, specifically during COVID, and actually before COVID, when we first attended my first reunion in North America, and then following through COVID, I mean, I've gotten a lot more from the chapter, and so it's just an opportunity to give back to the chapter. So that's why we do what we do. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. And then I think also I'll call on Rosie, now that you've been sworn in.
Okay. I think I'm not taking anything away from what I said earlier. I count it a privilege to serve in this capacity. I'm hoping to bring my best experience to bear. Also drawing from the experience of those that have gone before me. And I am hoping that the next 2 years would be successful for every one of us in terms of moving the association forward. And I commit to the new ESCO and my new president to always provide the needed support to move us forward. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for that. Then I'll call on Jide Dada. He's served in like 3 actually. Thank you, Jide. Over to you. Julie, if you're talking, you're muted.
I think he dropped off, if I'm not mistaken.
He dropped off.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, in that case, I see just two new people, Yahaya G. And then after that, I'll call on Elvis. Yahaya G. Over to you. All right, maybe I shocked them. How about Elvis? All right, okay, GK, over to you.
No, we've done the main activity of the day, that's swearing in the new ESCO, and the rest of the day we'll spend in our banter mode. But on behalf of the Electoral Committee, we thank everyone who has made this possible, from participating in the voting process and the manifesto, and now the swearing in. It's one thing to form a committee, it's one thing to find people who make the activities play out. So we can drop a timetable and everyone goes to bed. We can call a Zoom meeting and nobody comes. So we don't take that for granted. We thank all of you for making our work easy. So at this point in time, again, we've completed our assignments, and therefore there are 3 of us on board. Boma is here. Thank you for your tireless service. Ogake is here, and we represent the Electoral Committee. And at this point in time, Kenna, we can call you to swear us out, but at this point in time, our committee is also dissolved. Assignment complete. We happily hand over to the ESCO, and you people fire on from here. We wish you all the best. Oga Segun, we don't take your presence for granted, though. All the way from there, you're supporting us. Thank you very, very much. You give me that cream where they make you younger, because I don't know why I'm looking much older than you are. Thank you very much for honoring us. We appreciate you very much. President Tunde, over to you.
Oga, this one, you're inviting me to talk in the presence of my Ogas. No, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, past and present leadership, Ogas in the house. I think you guys have everybody has been, it's been an amazing day so far, having presence from the UK, from Nigeria, showing us that you truly care about this association. So we're really grateful. We're looking forward to the next 2 years, and we're excited with what it's going to bring and what we can achieve. And thank you all, and please feel free to enjoy the rest of your evening. For those who are very late on in the evening, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for participating with us. I don't want to forget the ex-jaw. Thank you so much to the ladies for being here, participating with us here, present with us. God bless you all. I'm sure we will have many moments to partner over the next couple of years as well. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much. Good evening.
The floor is now open for banter for as long as you want.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Sorry, did I hear that?